again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. I'm eccentric RockStar'Seed, and I'm here with more intuitive collectives messages. This is a library. You know, a person, when you have 1,000 books, you officially have a library. You can do that in the form of digital books too. So you look at some of these readers that have like thousands of videos. They have a library of things. They're officially an encyclopedia, a digital encyclopedia. That's how I look at it. That's very positive. Okay, keep building. You only got 100 videos. You only got a couple hundred videos and counting. Don't ever forget to say and counting. Oh, I only got this amount in my bank account, but don't forget to say and counting. You know that saying? What Brian Scott say? Large sums of money come to me easily and quickly, from multiple sources and increasing quantities. In the best interest of all that I get to keep. Keep saying that. Stuff like that. You know, you don't want it to come from one resource and then you're too dependent on it and it dries up. You want to create multiple streams, multiple creative endeavors. Okay? Like this plant my children made for me. They said that would be real decorative in your video. And you know what? They're right. It's very beautiful. It's very green. I kept saying something about green plants and needing to decorate with more green, and they made this for me with the head of a pineapple. Keep in mind, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I don't know how you knew. See, the theme is your intuition. Your intuition has become the topic of research. Okay? I don't know how you knew that boat was a setup, or that diamond was a fugazi, or that person was a rat. Well, the world you will reach global success. This could be somebody in other people in your family. Like, how do they know this person is going to be successful? How do they know I worked against them? Something you inherited from your mother. It's an instinct, a lion instinct. Your mother could be a Leo or have Leo in their chart, prominent. Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus, or Taurus. But you know things that people tried to hide from you. And they want to know how you knew this was a setup. And now I see Kay saying, I just want to congratulate you on your case. I just always knew that you were too smart to let them beat you. But me and the children are not going along with you. Godfather too. But the moral of that was he was too smart to let them beat them. The overall energy is intellect. No worry, no stress. So that's one thing you don't do is worry or stress. And the challenging position, you live life in color. I'm using these cards. I use these cards a lot because they become my favorite cards. But I also use my French cards. You know what I mean? Because they're in color. But listen, somebody wanted abundance. They wanted your abundance. They really just want your work ethic to achieve abundance, because you know how to work ethic. I mean, talent is nothing without work ethic. You have to have an ability to get up every day at the beginning of every day and be the last one to leave. Be the first one there and the last one to leave. And don't stop until you conquer what you're trying to do. You have to practice. If you don't have it, you have to practice it every day. Like, if you want to build a house, Will Smith said his father took him and his brother, and they had this big hole in their store. He bought a store, and they worked at building that wall every day. He took his 2 sons and taught them how to lay bricks until that whole wall was covered, was filled up, because they rebuilt the wall for that store, right? but every day. It's a lot of where Will Smith's work ethic come from. He credits his father a lot for a lot of different things, but for this, it's about work ethic. Nine of Swords. I don't know how you knew that was a setup. And look what's on the bottom. Okay, what's in the challenging position? The Nine of Pentacles. She got way more than what she admits to. Maybe. So this is one person, you're one person. Okay. So what you should be focused on is going within. Innate wisdom. And what are you leaving behind? What's done in the dark? The secrets. But at the same time, this is intuition. So it's Nine of Pentacles, intuition, and Nine of Swords, secrets. They should leave behind trying to make you out to be the lunatic, or the sick person, or the darker person. The person who practices freedom of expression, right? Because you have free will to do both. So if you're going to practice the dark arts or not, they should leave that behind. They should get over that running theme, that repeating theme that you're something that you're not, because you being centered and balanced, you know, and they don't understand how you're doing it. What are your strengths? You have a very spiritual way of getting your message across, and they thought that if it wasn't the helping hand of God, they probably would have been more successful in working against you. But the Page of Wands is communication, very positive affirmations. Okay, this could be a letter from an attorney to back off, cease and desist. This could be a message in a dream state from the higher up. This could be a message from your ancestors to them. Take a walk. Either way, they reading it in an utmost respectful, positive way that the people, maybe the sponsors that they thought would help them through this to build it up more, to make it seem more important than what it was, are the ones that gives them positive, sound, stern advice, but in a positive way. And he's telling them to stop it. So what's in the near future? Bad health, divorce, poverty-stricken. Somebody's not going to listen. If that's what's in the near future, that's likely to be in the near future, because they're overthinking, overanalyzing, and it's getting to be a lot. It's negative because of what they might have done in secret. Jealousy is a weak emotion. You have to overcome it. That's what Jay-Z said that too. All right, so what's your advice? Remember that song I kept singing? Keep on moving forward. Through the worst of times, it was the best of times, but you find the strength to keep on moving. This is like someone could have tried to isolate you for real, like go through massive legal, like manipulate the judicial system, try to get you evicted, try to get you arrested, try to isolate you from your family. Like, I get lunacy from the moon, because that's secrets. Maybe somebody is starting to see this person as a little bit sick because they're a little too invested in you, maybe just a little bit, but whatever. You propel forward, you're centered. What's the environmental attitude? That's right. I know that's right. You were too smart to let them beat you. That's why that part came up. When Kay told Michael, I guess you were always too smart to let them beat you. This is an attorney. This is a divorcee. This is somebody who experienced massive pain and is moving forward more logically. Their heart, they're not operating from their heart space. This is all logic. But this is a great communicator. This is somebody who's sharp, to the point, factual, and that's it. No nonsense. You try to approach this person, that sword is going to come up and dice you in half. 1/8 times 1/8 times 1/8. That's culinary talk. But this is a Queen of Swords. That's what they do. They don't play. This is a military person. This is somebody who could have got deranked in the military. That's been coming up a little bit. You're starting to see people in high honor positions get betrayed. People plot against them and they think they got a shot. And this person, they didn't know who this person knew or what this person knew. All of what they knew, and that strength is they have the right resources to help them move forward. What are your hopes and fears? To be able to make a lasting mark. That's your King of Pentacles. This makes, you want to be able to make a lasting mark in your business endeavors and make sure your family is serene and secure from the creeps. Whoever comes to you with that Barzini business is the traitor. So whoever's coming to you talking about beware of this person or beware that these people, that's the person you need to watch out for. That's the creep. Potential outcome. After everything is said and done, they're going to be forced to walk away. That's the 8 of Cups. Walk away. You're being made to walk away. You see that foundation back there is solid and built, and you can't touch it. You throwing pebbles at it is not going to do much to it. After all your frustrations and negative emotions, you're forced to walk away. That's what that Page of Wands is. Your strength is who's speaking through you. Just like who's acting through you, making you do these rotten-hearted things. So I said something in the vitamins video. I had some of my children's toys. You at the top, I hear click. Kanye West, Big Sean, Jay-Z. Way at the top of the totem pole, right? Because you see this a lot. And you are at the top of the totem pole. But then you had, I have a new terminology. I have new lingo. The rhino dinosaurs. Because that's what that thing was. One was an elephant. You know, elephants are wisdom. It's about seeking harmony in the herd. It's making sure that everybody remains happy. Elephants, don't forget, elephants are very wise, intelligent creatures too. That's just their nature. That's just me knowing that off the top of my head. But elephants are terrified of mice because mice can crawl up their tree trunk. They are terrible, and it's a small creature. It's like, well, that's a big creature, yeah, but they don't move. You see how fast a mouse moves around? Like, they don't have no bones they can squeeze through anything. A mouse, it's an elephant. But an elephant really don't like mice because they can crawl up their trunk. And that's irritating. Just like don't no mouse have a shot in a hungry lion's den. In a lion's den, what is a mouse? They don't like mice neither. They kind of use their paw and just kind of like do like this with their tail. They're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? And they start terrorizing the mouse. So I had the elephant here for that. It's sustaining that harmony in your herd. After all that hard work was said and done to disrespect your herd, your family. And then I had the rhino dinosaurs. That is a creature that we learned about all throughout elementary school in science class and everything. You see Indiana Jones and movies like that talk about dinosaurs. But you never hear God mention anything about dinosaurs. And God talks about a lot of different animals. But the rhino dinosaur, for me, is going to represent obsolete. instinct. Okay, so whatever that persona and the belief system that these people that bucked up against you is based off, they base whatever they based their confidence and childish arrogance off of, the outcome is they're going to be instinct and obsolete and irrelevant. Like they already know that they are. It's just they were trying to get a leg up. Okay? Dinosaurs, I don't think they really ever existed because I never heard God mention it. Show me if I'm wrong, show it to me because I need to know. But out of all the holy books, I never saw it, never read it. But we learned about it in history. Maybe it's something man made up. You know, they get in these labs and start making creatures and say, this is it. That didn't come from God. It's not to be taken serious. But I treat these people, places, and things in support of my collective as dinosaurs. Something that doesn't even matter. I come at you with that energy. You don't matter. You're instinct. You're obsolete. That's why I had them there, because I said I was going to talk about that. I said they're going to be forced to have to go back to your habitat. Does your habitat even exist? Who were you calling on? Were you making it up? Okay. Was it really as dramatic as you said it was? Not when it's all said and done. Or really not when it's done to you. That's not that serious. You don't want people to say it's that serious. So why'd you do it to another person? You seem to have a pattern of doing that. And the true enemy has yet to reveal itself. So that Nine of Swords is the true enemy. It's the dinosaur, the rhino dinosaur. Okay? To an elephant. And all the people that he got to conjure up to work with him are the mice trying to crawl up that elephant's tree trunk. It's like, who are you trying to convince? That's a lot of stalking. That's a lot of research to try to keep on top of somebody, and that's a lot of foolery for anybody who wants to blind follow somebody like that and be manipulated with somebody like that. But this person's coming with a lot of manipulation. Excuse me. Excuse me. Be quiet. If you can't play quietly, everybody has to take a nap.
Well, because he likes to keep scratching.
Come here. You come sit with mommy. Well, then sit down and be quiet then.
No.
So as I was saying, the potential outcome is 8 of Cups, but also in the near future is also 5 of Pentacles. They're going to walk away. They have to get away from you, or you're leaving them where they're at. The challenging position is your independence, your sassiness, your maturity. You're grown. By the time they look up, it's like, I done tapped out of all my resources and this person is abundant. She got a whole full thing of grapes in her possession. And this person is sitting in a space somewhere just overthinking or just negative thinking, because that's the energy. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. So if you are a servant of the Most High, you get lighter energy. You come off lighter. You have lighter energies coming at you. Oh, you're always going to have somebody who think they're stronger and they will try you, but they always end up depleting themselves and their resources, and they have to go the other way because they can't fight no more. They don't have nothing else. You can't fight an elephant with an instinct obsolete creature. That's like a dinosaur, a rhino dinosaur, a rhinoceros, whatever that shit is. They say it's in the jungle. If you live in a tropical climate, you tell me where you see a rhinoceros at. Or a dinosaur. Okay, show me, because I like education. I'm big on education, so show me. Unless I'm very wrong. These people are depleted already, okay? And they already have to walk away. You're just now coming to learn the effects of what they were trying to do before or some time ago. So it barely met you. Barely. Hmm. Somebody who wants to. Nine of Wands. King of Wands. Tyrant. Losing their damn mind. Off balance. Two of Pentacles. King of Swords. Somebody joined the forces with you. It's like it's either two people joined forces to work together and that was an imbalance they thought they can create together and it caused a massive imbalance. It triggered someone and offset somebody else. Nine of Wands can be mental instabilities, paranoia, could be schizophrenia, could be any kind of mental instability, a manic depressant. And you got this Two of Pentacles, somebody who's off center trying to do business with somebody who's not grounded. And that Moon card is there, King of Wands, or this is somebody who is a drug taker. I'm sorry, a substance taker. Somebody who suffers from substance abuse. Okay? And that's because they're forced, they already lost something. Something already backfired for that person and you're just now coming to learn the effects of what this person is struggling through now. Drug abuse. Now they're upside down. The tyranny, their spirit is empty, their mind is scattered. King of Swords is somebody who's sharp and they're not together like they're supposed to be, spiritually or mentally. So their heart could be closed off, their third eye is closed off, their intellect is a little sketchy, and they're spiritually off. They're not there. They're dark. With the moon here, they're dark. Nine of Swords, worrying. It's like wishing they can write a letter or something to repair it all. Okay? That's their strength, is to be able to communicate anything to anyone, and they can't do it. Knight of Cups is on the bottom. There is nothing like, what can I say that is like she's too far gone. She wasn't, this person wasn't what they thought they was playing with, what they thought they could just trample over. So that goes to tell you they can trample over people, they manipulate people a lot. They play under the moon at the expense of other people's humanity and spiritual guidance a lot, and they have been more successful at it until they met you. Now they're forced to go in. A hermit is the emperor in reverse. He's so emotionally imbalanced, and now they gotta. He's forced to step off his throne. Okay, he has to go. He has to go within and straighten his act up about what's bothering him or what he's suppressing before he can get back on the throne and delegate it properly. Five of Pentacles is, that makes sense if there's some kind of like alleged substance abuse or substance abuse allegations, like that could make sense why this person is like unstable, left out in the cold, left his family hanging, left a lot of people hanging because he's suffering from the lunacy from playing in the dark arts. It's finally catching up to him, and God forbid that's anybody watching this video. You don't wish that on anybody. I just hope that me amongst other readers and advisors, a lot of people do this because they can tell the truth as long as it's with the influence of the Most High. You get better results that way. So it's not like you're not up here just patronizing people all day. It's not like that. But there is something with this person. He made a certain decision, and he learned something new, or he decided to do something once and for all, and it finally got the best. Something he takes from people. This is somebody who is a taker, manipulates things out of people, or manipulates people's energy to make them want to give and keep giving and giving, and it got blocked. when it came to you. You at the top of the totem pole, and this person's going to end up having to step down because he created an imbalance with you and your tribe. And that's a no-no. Okay, because they are the ones that's going to become instinct. It's like, oh, I remember this, that person or that resource vaguely, but it's not going to be that serious when it's all said and done, because they're going to have to walk away after all they put into it, or you're walking away from them. You're made to walk away from them, but you had to walk away from them so they could start learning their lessons. Because as long as you're there, you're going to protect them, and you don't want that stuff to flip out on, fall on you. You don't need that. You're reading in the newspapers that something's not quite right with this resource. It doesn't always make it true, but your intuition's telling you something. Something's not right. Because you've been telepathically speaking with this person, possibly, or this person, because you can feel that something's off, and this person's been trying to reach out to you. This person misses you. This person is sorry, but this person, honestly, I would say, is remorseful and not regretful. The Five of Cups is not here, but this is remorse. This is coming down off of being an emperor, and now you're down at the bottom of the totem pole. You're not even at the totem pole. You're in the Five of Pentacles. That's bad health, bad wealth, because it all got jerked off behind an alleged substance abuse. At least that's what people on the surface level would write it off as. This person has an alleged substance abuse problem. But it's not the substance abuse problem. I mean, it's what they did under the moon. Truthfully. And your intuition is telling you that. You always knew it was something off about this person. You kept hearing Wiccan. Wiccan. That's a witch, a male witch. Okay? Or a female witch. Whatever. But it's all kings on this board. No, it's a queen on this board. One queen. But you got every king out here except the King of Cups. So that should tell you something. Now this person want to start trying to, now their heart is closed. They want to come to you. But see, they thought that was you. They went with stop it, y'all. They went with the running theme of, that's a witch, that's a manipulator, that's a this, that's a that. So that was the trick to get them to start doing stuff under the moon, or take what they claim to be beyond a surface level. They went deep in that spirituality with the Hermit and the moon here. Like, they went deep with it. And now look, you done moved on with the Chariot, and they're struggling. They don't have nothing. He don't want to go, and I'm recording. Like, all this is being recorded. Like, be quiet. That's okay. Let him do it. Shh. Do you understand? Be quiet. You're being very disrespectful. Be quiet. All right, as I'm shuffling, let me just say this. This is somebody, Eight of Cups. When you see the Eight of Cups, and let me see, the hopes and fears. They hope to be a King of Pentacles out of all of this. Somebody who is an authoritative figure, greedy. They hope to have all your abundance with them, and you being the Five of Pentacles or the Eight of Cups. They hope to walk away with all your stuff, but it didn't work like that. Okay, because you had innate wisdom too, but you didn't use it in that way. It doesn't seem like it. And then the advice. You kept propelling forward. You persevered past the yoke of somebody's negativity, which is why they kept saying, I don't know how you knew what to do next. Like, how did you know how to get out of this? Nobody gets out of this. This is an age-old trick. I've been doing this for 40 years, 30 years, even 20, almost 20 years. Like, it's fail-proof. I tweak it for the past 2, 3, 4 decades. How do you know? I learned from ascended masters and descended masters. How did you know how to get on top of what I was doing? Like, how did you know? It just really shook their belief system to the core. Where they were pessimistic, now they believe. But now that they believe, it's too late. The Eight of Cups represents a long time, a long lineage of doing this. This is like generation upon generation upon generation. This goes back too many generations, and it always worked for them. But when they got to you, they want to blame you. Really, you're just chosen from the Most High. And it doesn't make everybody else crap because they were under the yoke of it. It was a lesson in it for them. But you're being chosen, so you have a different set of responsibilities. And you kept up with it, so it pushed them to the side. Like, they tried to discard you and sideswipe you and push you to the side. That's what it did to them. Like, you weren't pressed. You were just trying to get away from that weird energy. And you continued with your abundance. And you, Nine of Pentacles, that was the challenge. You were already too well off to begin with. You already worked your way up at that point enough to, you didn't have to have everything, but you had enough to where you can counteract that comfortably. Little fender bender trials here and there didn't scratch the surface. It didn't really affect you that much. Okay, it might have been annoying. You're human. You have feelings too, but they were fender benders. You the totem. You the top of the totem pole. And they the rhino dinosaurs. It's something they were doing that was never real to begin with. They was like a massive illusion on their family lineage. And it shook their whole belief system to the core. It's like, what? Somebody's been lying to me. And now they really got some instabilities now because they're realizing they have been played out of their abundance for many generations. It's like it seemed like they be on the top, and then it's something that's like not even a crack. It's just something like that creates a hole, and it just all falls down that hole. It's like, wait a minute. This seems to be a repeating theme. Somebody been lying to me. It ain't even about that person.
No.
That's just a thirst trap to try to keep this theme going. This person was the abracadabra, but the real trick was to take their abundance, is to keep depleting their abundance. So what I'm getting is with this Queen of Swords, somebody scorned the hell out of a woman some generations back, and she the one who put that thing over your family to make y'all think y'all were more richer than you were. And you are rich. To be able to lose it, you're definitely rich or wealthy enough. You have something to lose. But it's always going. It's a negative connotation attached to it. It's like you'll get it, and you'll rise peak success, like massive success, because it'll be harder. The fall will be that much harder to break your mental down. Queen of Swords is somebody who's a mentalist, like a King of Swords is a mentalist. I got both of them on the board here, in different positions though. Because if you think about it, you pissed somebody crossed this Queen of Swords who probably was abundant. This was somebody who was abundant, health, wealth, logical, emotionally equipped, had the heart space, loved to the core. And they disrespected her, and she went and got her resources or found some resources and put it on them. She ain't had nothing to lose. Now I'm thinking of Sword 28, 24. Because this is somebody who had nothing to lose. They needed things to gain. Like if you give blood, Or if you donate an organ to somebody, you're gonna recover. They're gonna recover faster because you gave them something that they needed, and you're missing something. So it's gonna take you longer to recover. So they found a way to get their abundance back, but they punched you in the stomach along the way, meaning you're gonna reach that family that curse that's on that generate that family for generations. It's a lot of generations with the Eight of Cups. Shh, you guys, just tone it down. You can talk, just tone it down. So listen, the curse that's on that generation is like you'll reach the massive success, but you're gonna get punched in the stomach. Now I see Harlem Nights. It's like we're not gonna let this person scare us off. It's like we gotta leave. We gotta set up shop somewhere else, but we gonna kick them in the nuts, before we leave. So they accumulated as much money as possible before they left. Only difference is they weren't quite able to make the great escape. This would have been the time to make that great escape. And the counterpart that this person met this lifetime, when it came down to his generation, his turn to try to get that curse off of them, he was spiritually gifted, but something went wrong. He realized he got played because he went into some he went into some pretty heavy dark stuff. He was tricked into it. Okay. The thing what I see with the Page of Wands is you can read nonsense. You can read right between the lines with the nonsense. You don't have a knack to please the people. Your intuition's strong. So when you saw somebody try to deliver that message to you, you intercepted it. But your counterpart wasn't that successful with it. Like, he's not stupid, clearly, but at the same time, he made a decision that cost him the big break. Like, if he would have, the abundance was with you, and somebody knew that or had sense enough to see your connection, because it was meant for that to be lifted off your family. You still have your mass success. But you wouldn't have lost it, and someone found a way to con you out of it. So you don't have your counterpart, which would have been the helping hand of the Most High, sent from the helping hand of the Most High, and you don't have your abundance neither. You're left behind to be with these people. Now, the person who initially put double energy, it's like they did what they had to do to get you to play in the darkness. The emperor that played in the darkness, okay? And now he's depleted because he got a massive, alleged drug addiction. Let's just say that, because that's the surface level way of understanding what he's doing. But really, he went under the moon and did something. Okay, you got taken advantage of in that. Now you're up with the Nine of Swords. Now he's replaying everything. You realize how intelligent he really is and why he even fell for that in the first place. But the person who initially tricked you out of it is going to drop dead. Ooh. That's just how I heard it. It's just they done did so much stuff to con people out their stuff it's just greed and gluttonous. Too much gluttonous. And they went under the moon too. But they were acting like they were all buddy with you, doing that buddy stuff, but they were working against this person while manipulating this person to work against himself and his counterpart. He knew he had a mission, and he didn't do it. He or she. But I feel like it's a he. Flipped on his head. They flipped the whole plan on his head. So moving forward, this Queen of Swords is like, you played me, and I'm going to play you, and I'll let you back in. I guess somebody got too big for their britches. They were power hungry. They were just playing off each other's greed. I hear that's a big lesson in terms of success. What's ever enough? Eight of Swords is on the bottom. Like, what's ever enough? What is enough? Okay? Yes, you should be as successful as you possibly can, But at what point is it sacrificing you in the process? And we have to know that. We have to go within with that hermit card. We have to know when enough is enough. Yeah, the Tower. Rude awakening. Very rude awakening. And he applied so much pressure that the pressure popped off. And now this person realized where they messed up at with the Nine of Swords. So I'm closing it there. The moral of it is stay centered. When you're centered, you can spot this stuff coming a lot better than you just running and chasing success or something. I don't know if you were chasing success that hard, but just running too much without no breaks. You're not listening. You just yip. King of Swords, King of Wands, somebody who's a warrior. They fight anyway, so they could have been a little too defensive anyway. And just very serious, kind of shut down any kind of optimism. They just thought what they knew was right, and that was the okie doke. That's where the person came in and started playing them. It's a tragedy. Tragedies. It's a tragedy. It's unfortunate. How's somebody gonna tell you about your abundance when you've been told by the Most High about your abundance? You weren't paying attention. They weren't paying attention. Direct. They targeted you. They targeted y'all. Learn how to find and direct your ideal clients and customers to your offers, website content, social media channels. So it's a dual message with that. Somebody went on to attend to their business solo dolo, and somebody left solo dolo. It's like a mirroring effect. Someone's up, someone's down. But they say that in some of these spiritual evolutions, you got to walk in each other's shoes. If you're meant to do something together and don't get to do it together, you're going to know what each other felt like once upon a time. It's like, I don't know how you knew that was a setup. That's that person's arrogance is like, I don't know, with that Nine of Swords, I don't know how you knew more than me. So he already rated himself to be smarter than everybody, which is how he fell. And that Tower is an eruption. That's like a volcano explosion. You were targeted, admit it. Like, nobody comes at you like that. The people you should have respected more, you didn't do it. Like, you just thought you just knew everything. And you got. That's agitating failure. We're not going to agitate failure on this channel. We're just going to give the advice and keep on going. But for somebody who's in that situation, whether they thought they was the smartest or was the one persevering through betrayal, period. This person ended up betraying you too. But that's humanity. You have to realize that we are all Adam and Eve's children. None of us are without sin. All of us end up betraying, some small, some really big. This was a little bit bigger than what he anticipated because he thought he can conquer you. That was his mistake. That's how he got in this mess. This is like divine protection being taken away, so he was able to be treated like hyenas can just kind of just jump in on this weak lion. This spiritually weak lion. He's frail, he's weak, he's vile, he's a tyrant. You know, he don't know how to run his stuff, he don't balance his stuff right. Now you got a target on his behind. And they took advantage. They took something from him. And they took something from him, which was his counterpart or something. His abundance. That was like the stuff he knew he was meant to do that was going to continue and propel him forward was with the woman. Or switch the roles around. Was with the man. And somebody think they got you. But here, if the man could turn around and repent and put them hyenas back on their heels and have them hyenas like scurrying for support and survival. Now they took advantage of someone who was working through something, already working through something. That's another message too. And those hyenas are gonna be like cease and desisted, like the rhino dinosaurs, the obsolete, the instinct. you don't get to make it back to tell that story because that's a counterpart. So even as he was meant to make that mistake or she was meant to make that mistake, that person repented. So that puts them back in God's favor. And the people who thought they had an easy lick, you're done. They still gonna be at the top of the totem pole. And it still comes around full circle. That card is not out here, but it's a card that has a snake with a crown on it. And it's coming around full circle. So you go through a lot of trials and some of it is painful, but you always you come back on top. And with that being said, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Okay? Until next time.